Get ready, because what I'm about to share about Pi Network might completely change how you view your investments. By the time you finish watching this, you'll see why sharp investors are steadily stacking up Pi, while most of the world overlooks this chance that could transform your financial path forever. Welcome back to Airdrop Quests, the place where we uncover the true opportunities in crypto that many shy away from discussing. Today, we're taking a closer look at Pi Network, the quiet giant that's preparing to awaken. And once it does, the price movement is going to be nothing short of explosive. If you find value here, make sure you pass this video along to your crypto friends, because they'll want to see this. And trust me, when Pi starts reaching the price levels I'll talk about, they'll be grateful you shared it. Now let me put a question to you. If you had $10,000, would you use it to buy a single property? Or would you invest that same $10,000 into what could very well become the backbone of the future global financial system? That's the real choice Pi Network presents right now. I know the thought in your head. Yet another influencer hyping the so-called next big coin. But before you brush it off, hear me out. Because the figures I'm going to show you aren't speculation. They're grounded in actual data, real infrastructure, and adoption trends that most investors completely overlook. Right now, Pi Network has over 400,000 active nodes, contributing more than 1 million CPU cores. That makes it one of the largest distributed computing frameworks in existence. And here's the important part. No scam project could ever fake that level of infrastructure. This power allows Pi to handle massive scale computing tasks like training open source AI models. That's why Pi has already allocated a $100 million fund toward building AI applications within its ecosystem. They're also backing OpenMind, which is developing an Android-like operating system specifically for humanoid robots and intelligent devices. But that's not the only impressive part. Pi Network has drawn over 65 million pioneers globally, covering more than 200 countries and regions, which gives it unmatched reach in the crypto world. Instead of flashy hype campaigns, Pi has quietly been focused on building strong foundations. They've developed a blockchain that is fast, eco-friendly, and fully functional, a robust node ecosystem, and strict regulatory compliance through KYC and KYB processes, positioning them for mainstream use. Before you hit that like button and subscribe, let me explain why I see Pi today as similar to Ethereum in its earliest stages. The comparisons are incredible. After Vitalik Buterin's speech at Consensus 2015, Ethereum wasn't even listed on exchanges. When ETH officially launched on July 30th, 2015, its first recorded trade on August 7th was around $2.83 per ETH. But soon after, ETH's price fell hard, bottoming at just 45 cents in October 2015. Yet by the end of that year, ETH rebounded to 93 cents, marking a 32% gain from launch. Things really got interesting in 2016 when ETH slowly climbed, hitting $10.30 by March 4th, and then exploding to over $18 by mid-June. That early momentum set the stage for Ethereum's historic run. And Pi Network, in my eyes, is showing the same pattern right now. Timing plays a huge role here. We're entering what I call the Great Awakening, when all the infrastructure Pi has been quietly building will finally fuel major price growth. And when you consider the unlock schedule for Pi, the outlook becomes even more powerful. For example, in 2025, Pi unlocks are enormous, with 111.33 million Pi set for release in August, valued at $42.59 million, followed by 120.80 million Pi in September, worth $46.21 million. At first, that may sound like a risk to price stability. But here's the twist hardly anyone mentions. By 2028, unlocks shrink drastically to just 24.98 million Pi in August, valued at $9.56 million, and a mere 310 Pi in September, worth only $11,861. This steep reduction is part of Pi's deliberate strategy to cut new supply, limit inflation, and push long-term value higher. The coins being unlocked until 2028 are essentially Pi that was already mined but locked earlier, and are now slowly released month by month. But beyond 2028, with mining rates declining and community saturation reducing the number of active pioneers, new supply will contract even further. That creates a near-perfect environment for prices to climb. Now, picture this. By 2028, supply is much lower. while demand soars due to real-world adoption. If Pi partners with major global players like Tesla, Amazon, or financial giants to integrate payments or DeFi solutions, the demand would skyrocket. Based on Pi's progress, its ecosystem, and realistic adoption scenarios, Pi could reach $100 by 2028. And if development continues strong with global partnerships and a user base surpassing 100 million, it might even climb to $1,000 or more by 2030. These aren't just hopeful dreams. They're projections based on actual utility and the supply-demand factors at play. The real driving force will be the years between 2025 and 2028. That's when decentralized apps expand, corporate partnerships grow, and Pi becomes used daily in real-world situations. Widespread adoption boosts confidence and drives prices higher. Now, you might wonder why Pi isn't surging during this altcoin season like other projects. The answer is simple. Pi isn't playing the short-term pump-and-dump game. It's taking a completely different path, focused on building real, lasting infrastructure. Their upcoming social apps like Profiles, Brainstorm, and Stake DMs will revolutionize how we interact within the crypto community. And with their focus on solving real-world problems rather than copying what's already out there, the inflow of money into Pi will be massive. Remember, Pi started with mobile mining, then mass adoption, and recently launched its open network phase, removing restrictions and enabling full external connections. At the AI Summit, co-founder Nicholas Kakalis made it clear, Pi is going all in on AI plus blockchain infrastructure for mainstream use. That's why I recommend a 5-year vision with Pi. This isn't a quick win. It's a process of patience and strategy. What they're building takes time, partnerships, infrastructure, technology. But once all the pieces lock into place, the results will be explosive. Now is the best moment to accumulate Pi, not gamble on short-term speculation. Because when those unlocks shrink in 2028 and demand keeps rising, your holdings could multiply in value. Every Pi you accumulate today could be your ticket to $100 in 2028 and $1,000 or more in 2030. The real question isn't if Pi will succeed, but whether you're positioning yourself to benefit when it does. Remember, this video isn't financial advice. Always seek professional guidance before making decisions. But based on Pi's infrastructure, adoption, and strategy, it stands out as one of the strongest opportunities in crypto today. Thanks for watching another deep dive here on Airdrop Quests, where we uncover the gems that others overlook. I'll see you in the next video, where I'll share even more hidden projects with game-changing potential. Until then, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, and join my Telegram channel with the link in the description